My modern mill sub build has been an awesome watch, but I wanted to take it to the next level. So start with a titanium case. I'm going to use this bezel insert here, a dial with white markers and hands that match. And the step up is going to be this Swiss-made movement. This is an ETA 2824-2 movement, and the feet of the dial fit differently on this movement than they do on the NH movements I've been using. With these levers out, now I'm able to start the process of installing the dial onto the movement. You need to install the spacer here and then the hour hand gear first. This thing has a little washer you need to be careful of. And then the spacer goes on so that these line up with the holes for the dial feet. Now this particular dial has 2 studs I need and 2 I don't. So I need these 2, take the other 2 off. And they go in these holes right here. Lining up the dial is a little tricky, and it took me a bit to get it done here. But I got it on, and here you can see the dial feet levers are closed, holding the dial in place. They basically wedge right against those dial feet. Okay, I got the movement in this new movement holder I got. Time to install the hands. But first we got to line up the date function. And this Swiss movement is very precise. The NH movement takes about an hour to turn over. This does it immediately. So I really want that hour hand to be exactly at the 12 o'clock position when that date flips. So I've kind of trapped it here. I'm trying to get it in perfect position before I press it down. And on first test, it doesn't quite get there. The date turned over too early, so I had to pull the hand off and reinstall it a second time to get it just perfect. And that's what I was looking for. So now it's the minute hand that gets installed next, as you know. And I'll test that to make sure it's nailing that midnight time with the date change. It's about a minute early, but I'm going to move on, do the second hand next. This is finicky here. So I finished that off camera, and here I've got it ticking away. Just checking the clearances to make sure the second hand moves independent of the minute hand. I really like the red on the tip of that second hand. And once I'm sure the clearance is good, we'll move on to casing the movement. To remove the stem, I need to pull it all the way out to the time setting position. Then I put a small screwdriver right there in order to pull the stem out. And with that out, I went to case the movement and ran into a bit of a problem. See, this dial is 30.5 millimeters. It needs to be 29 because the case is only 29.7. So how am I going to make that movement fit in that case with that dial? Stay tuned for part 2 where I figure it out.